That's so delicious. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it makes flying for 3 hours so worth it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. And I am out here in Houston because I'm gonna be doing an awesome food adventure today. I'm gonna be doing the ultimate Texas barbecue tour in Houston. This is gonna be so epic. So today's gonna be my first time trying Texas barbecue in not only Houston, but all of Texas, and I'm gonna do it with a big bang today. So today I'm gonna be covering 3 of the hottest spots in Houston: Truth Barbecue, Pinkerton's Barbecue, and Henderson and Kane. Can't get any more epic than that, right? So definitely stick all the way to the end of this episode if you want to see the ultimate barbecue experience in Houston and the must-try spots you have to eat at if you're living in Houston or you're planning to visit Houston. And also, if you're new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, because I post these food and travel videos weekly you don't want to miss out on. So go ahead, do that right now, and I'm going to get started with the first rockin' spot, Truth Barbecue. Oh yeah, let's go. Alright guys, so this is Reed right here. You're the pit master here, right?
That's what you can call me, I guess.
Okay, so Reed's gonna show us some of the awesome things going on here.
Brisket's going on for tomorrow's service. These have been on for about 4 hours. And they'll go for about another 6 or 7. 200 degrees internal temperature. And then we'll let them cool off till they get to about 140. And then we'll put them in the warmer. We'll set the warmer at 140 degrees and leave them there overnight so it gets a nice rest on them for the next day.
What kind of wood do you use?
This is all post oak.
Post oak?
Yes, sir.
Does the wood make any difference in the flavor of the meat?
Oh yeah, people use a bunch of different woods. This is kind of like a milder flavor.
Yeah.
And it's a hardwood, so it burns slower.
Okay. Man, that is hot. So after they spent all that time preparing the meats, which is the day before, it's ready to be served. So then it will come out here on this serving line where you pretty much order your meats and your sides. And I heard that the line gets really long, especially on the weekends. You shouldn't be surprised that this line goes for about 2 hours. Imagine that, from when you start all the way to this line right here, 2 hours. This shows how popular this barbecue restaurant is. Oh, wow. Woo! Yeah, that's the brisket right there. He's gonna be cutting it up. Cuts just like butter with a sharp knife. Oh yeah, look at that. Bam. Oh, I love that. Doesn't that sight look so beautiful, guys? And that's the sausage. Yes, another specialty here. Jalapeno cheddar, is that correct? And this one is the turkey?
Smoked turkey.
Smoked turkey. I don't think I've had this one before in a Texas barbecue restaurant. Unprecedented moment. Trying Texas barbecue for the first time in not just Houston, but anywhere in Texas. This is a special life moment. Wow. I'm very curious to see how this Texas barbecue differs from the ones I've had in Los Angeles, such as those famous hotspots, Moose Craft Barbecue, Maple Block Meat Company, Bloodso's, all the great spots in LA. But I'm pretty sure there is a difference if you eat it in Texas because of the type of meat they use, the type of wood, the recipes, you know, all that stuff that makes for this experience. This is called the Texas Trinity. Look how crazy it looks. I kind of upgraded mine a little bit so that there's more food on the plates, but check this out. You got some mac and cheese and Brussels sprouts, coleslaw, green beans, and this is called their tater tot casserole, which is very unique. And got some escovitch right over here, kind of like what you see in Jamaican cuisine, and pickled red onions. Oh, this is what gets me the most excited. Look at this. Wow, we got pork ribs, we got pulled pork, and the famous briskets in the bottom. And turkey, I heard, is really good here. Some sausage links. This is the jalapeno cheddar sausage. Some ends of the brisket. The brisket is something I've heard a lot about. You see that big piece of brisket right there? That looks so amazing. That looks like it's gonna melt in your mouth. I wanna try it without the sauce first because I heard that's really, you know, the way to go. Oh man. Like the meat itself is so tender. It's tender, it's moist, it's juicy, it's perfectly marinated on top, a little bit peppery, a little bit salty, smoky. Let me try the barbecue sauce just to see what it tastes like. Wow. Oh, you know, that barbecue sauce actually makes it taste really good too. Now it has more of like a barbecue flavor to it. Man, that is amazing. Now here's an interesting one, the turkey. I gotta admit, I've never had turkey in a barbecue restaurant before, especially Texas style barbecue. First time, but I heard it is quite a big thing here, especially in Houston. That's the first thing I noticed is the peppery, smoky flavor, and it's so soft when you bite into it. Not that dry type of turkey, which it's so easy to do if you cook it wrong. This is soft and almost melt in your mouth. I would say this is probably one of the best turkeys I've had in a restaurant. Pork ribs. Yeah, definitely. We gotta try some of the pork ribs, right? This is another one of the hits here at this restaurant. Yeah, that barbecue sauce, I think it makes anything taste better. Especially if you have the right barbecue sauce. It takes an already good recipe and elevates it to another level. This food here is amazing. I think that if this was back in Los Angeles, this would definitely be within the top 3 Texas barbecue spots in LA. Fires on all cylinders. Come during the weekdays because the line is not quite as long, so maybe you'll get to the front within 30 minutes to an hour, but it can be up to 2 hours if you come on the weekend, so just letting you know. But to some people, it's pretty worth it, and I can say that it definitely is a memorable experience. Stephanie, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been...
Let me get the dinner for it.
Oh, okay, awesome. Okay, all right, wow, hospitality, awesome, awesome. Awesome manager. I think this is the first time I've had Texas barbecue 2 times in a row like this, if not 3 times in a row. Wow, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be crazy. So here's my next stop, Pinkerton's BBQ, which is another one of the highest rated barbecue spots that you can find in Houston. It started in 2016, so it's about 6 years old right now. Opened by Grant Pinkerton, that's why it's called Pinkerton's BBQ. And since then, it has gotten so much raves as one of the best Texas barbecue joints here in Houston. And it's, you know, a little bit more of a rural area since it's north outside of the downtown area, but I'm loving it. It almost feels like you're about to have a backyard barbecue experience. Oh, look at all that wood. Yeah, this is truly authentic Texas barbecue when they have all the wood ready to be smoked. But they're preparing all the meats in this room. Oh, this is Miguel right here, and he's the pit master. Oh.
Well, there's several of us, so there'll be other guys at night. Keep it going.
Okay. Wow, look at that. That is insane. So after they smoke all that meat back there in the smokers, overnight, of course it's gonna come out here in the assembly line where you order, obviously. They're gonna cut up all that delicious meat right in front of you, and they have all the sides prepared as well. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm going to get my food right now, watch them make it, and then I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna enjoy me some barbecue. Oh wow, this is crazy. Let me see that. Oh, this is the pork ribs. Oh, it's so juicy. Oh. Let's see it. Uh-oh. Yes. Oh yeah. Glaze it. It's a house sauce.
Yeah.
All right, so I got my food right here, good to go. A big platter. It's like your meat lover's dream right over here, with some interesting sides as well. So I'm gonna show you what I got here on my platter. The potato salad, to the coleslaw to this jambalaya with smoked duck and sausage. And the main attraction is the meat itself, the brisket, as well as pork ribs with a special glaze on top of it, the cheddar sausage, the huge beef rib, and the turkey. Whole complete meal for one person. I'm gonna start with the ribs first. Look how beautiful that thing looks. Oh man, it looks so, so delicious. Oh. It's so good in every single way because it's melting in your mouth soft, it's smoky, it's peppery, not too salty either. It's perfect and it falls right off the bone. You see that, guys? It is so, that's how tender it is. That's how perfectly smoked these beef ribs are. They do come with the barbecue sauce, so I'm gonna try this together like that and see how that changes the flavor. That barbecue sauce sweetens this whole thing. It's just so amazing. I'm convinced barbecue sauce really does take barbecue to a whole new level. So yeah, when you see this at your table, the original sauce made in-house, definitely pour a generous amount of this on your beef ribs because you're gonna want to enjoy it, especially with these amazing beef ribs, which is a highlight here at Pinkerton's Barbecue. Here we go with some delicious brisket, and you know that it's good brisket because it falls apart. You don't even need a knife to cut it. So tender, so smoky, and I know it has like this fat that's on top of it, this crust, but that's what makes it taste so good. I am in Texas, baby. That is as good as Texas barbecue can get. And I also heard their ribs, their glazed ribs is a specialty here. It is what everybody comes here for. If you just came for the brisket or the beef ribs, I think you would already be so happy, but these glazed ribs is something I really wanted to try. I heard so much good things about it. Oh, that glaze is so delicious. And it's not even that sweet too. I would say it has like a very mild sweetness and not too thick either. It's perfect. This glaze is really what takes this rib to another level. And the rib itself is already so delicious because it's tender. It falls right off the bone. You don't need the barbecue sauce for it because it already has the glaze over it. I'm gonna try me another bite. Oh yeah, definitely one of the best best pork ribs I've had. Not just because the meat is good, it's so tender, but the sauce on top of it. You definitely need to get this here. This is a must try here at Pinkerton's. Everybody gets it, so you got to get it too. It's a little bit out, like I said, from the downtown area, but it's so cool because you come here, you feel like you're in somebody's backyard. It's good for groups too, especially with all these tables in the back. And then if you sit inside, of course, it has air conditioning. It's very traditional looking, very country-ish in its tone. You're gonna have a fun here all around. So remember that, Pinkerton's Barbecue when you're here in Houston. Thank you so much. All right. Another show-stealing barbecue experience, but I am not done quite yet because there is still one more to go. And yes, I'm getting a little bit barbecued out, but I heard that this is going to be a very interesting one. Okay, Alex, thank you. Gracias. I'm here at my last spot called Henderson Kane. This, like I said, is a unique spot because it's not a restaurant per se. It is a general store that sells a lot of locally sourced goods. So it's like a market in some ways, but there is a section kind of like a deli that sells coffee, a whole bunch of drinks, desserts, as well as some awesome Texas style barbecue, some of the highest rated that you'll find in Houston. That is so amazing. This general store is like in a neighborhood outside of you know, the big urban city. That's why it's so cool, because it's truly a hidden gem where you can find some great Texas style barbecue. So let's go in and see what this place looks like. All right guys, so this is Veronica here, the owner of Henderson Kane. She's gonna show us around this awesome store. It's been here for about 4 years, right?
Yeah, we're coming up on our 4-year anniversary. We actually celebrate on 713, which for you Los Angeles is Houston's area code. So it's kind of cool because that's also when we celebrate our anniversary, which I feel like is very representative of the store. Next to that, we do make all of our own sausage and boudin in-house.
Up here?
Yeah. So starting with the mild, the spicy, and then we've got the beef and garlic and the jalapeno cheddar sausage. And then down below that, I've got 44 farm steaks. So we do hand cut these steaks in-house. We have a few different specials throughout the week. Monday night is our steak night special, which just kills it with these steaks because they're just such fantastic quality.
Okay, so you said this is a pitmaster, right?
Yeah.
So that's
So
pulled
he's still
pork.
working on it. So we've got pulled pork, pork ribs, smoked chicken.
I see it. I see that thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, can you tap that meat? I'd like to see that jiggle. Oh yeah. Ooh. So here we go. This is the Pitmaster plate right here. Look how good it looks. Oh yeah. It's pretty classic, epic style Texas barbecue that you'll find here at this general store. For the sides, they have the awesome cream corn, and they have the sweet potato and mac and cheese, which all look fantastic. And the meats itself, which of course is always the main attraction. The brisket, obviously, how could you not have barbecue without brisket? And some of these pork ribs and pulled pork. And we got the boudin, as well as the regular sausage, some bread, and then this whole chicken breast, so white meat, pickles and onions, and that's the whole thing. So the first one I want to go with is the brisket. This one is something I always like to try at every barbecue restaurant, and of course it's always a staple in Texas barbecue. Oh yeah, look at that juicy piece of brisket right there. It's tender, so well smoked and seasoned. But I bet if you put some barbecue sauce on it, it's gonna make it taste even better. It takes an already good Texas barbecue recipe and elevates it to a whole new level. Henderson house-made sauce, perfect barbecue sauce. This also looks extremely delicious. Yeah, that pulled pork works good by itself, works good on a sandwich. I've had it many times in a sandwich. And with barbecue sauce, probably even better. Oh yeah, so amazing. It really is. Now it's time for the pork ribs. Oh yeah, look how delicious that looks. Wow, that's smoky, which is good because I really like that smoky flavor. Oh, I'm getting like barbecue sauce all over my mouth. And of course all over my hands too. It's gonna happen. But you just gotta have fun with it when you're eating barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been saying, it's a general store that has a lot of locally sourced goods. They have a good wine list. They got some cakes, desserts up there. And they also have this menu that has Texas style barbecue. Everything from the briskets to the chicken and all these sides. You would have never expected it because this store is in a kind of a quiet neighborhood where you can just walk from your home, come right in here, get your locally sourced products, and then you can get this awesome barbecue as well, really high caliber. And now you're probably asking, which is the best one out of all three of these? Now let me tell you, all of them work so good in its own unique way. But if I had to say which one was the one that really stood out in my mind, I probably would say maybe it's Pinkerton's. Now I say that because I really like those big beef ribs, and even the pork ribs with that sweet glaze over it. Woo! Wow, so good. That's why to me that restaurant was such a winner. But all of these restaurants are really good. Such great restaurants. So no matter which of these three you go to, you're gonna have a blast there. So when you go to these restaurants, just order what I got and you're gonna love the meal so much. 3 of some of the highest rated Texas barbecue spots in town. These aren't the only 3 restaurants that are good, but these are 3 very good samples that you can try when you're in Houston. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this episode of Rockstar Eater. If you enjoy what I'm doing here on the show, give me a thumbs up. Also purchase some Rockstar Eater t-shirt merchandise in the store section. And also comment on the section below, because if you've been to any of these Restaurants, I would love to hear your story. What did you think of them? What is your favorite one? Anyways, hope you have a rockin' day today, folks, and I will see you all in the next big food adventure.